Hi guys, this is Professor Sarah. Welcome to my class. So now we're aiming to learn how to write in English. Writing in English is such a difficult job because you have to know the structure and also you have to provide functional sentences for each paragraph. So like I said, in body paragraph, there's topic sentence, supporting sentence, and concluding sentence. So topic sentence is the main argument of body paragraph. And today we're going to talk about supporting details, which are supporting the topic sentence. Supporting sentence make topic sentence stronger by providing evidence, reasons, examples, and facts. And supporting sentences have to be related or connected to topic sentence. Do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe you'll be like, oh, what is she talking about? By the end of the lesson, you'll actually have a better idea about what I'm talking about right now, and you'll just understand completely about what supporting sentences are, and you'll be able to write supporting details to support the topic sentence. Okay, so now let's get started.
So we are going to talk about supporting sentences. What is supporting sentences? Before we go over supporting sentences, I want to show you essay structure. So there are 3 parts in essay structure. First one, like you know, there is introduction. The most important part is that there is a statement. Okay, what statements? There is a thesis statement at the end of introduction, and that's the main argument of the whole essay. So if you write a good thesis statement, that means it's a good sign. These thesis statements have to be related to topic sentence for each paragraph, and that makes you, the reader, to understand clearly what this essay is going to talk about. Next one is body paragraphs. There are usually 3 to 5 body paragraphs, and we keep practicing writing 3 body paragraphs. That means we also have 3 topic sentences, because in each body paragraph, there is 1 topic sentence. 1 topic sentence is about what this body paragraph is going to talk about. So in other words, topic sentences is a main argument or main sentence of each body paragraph. Topic sentences number 1, number 2, and number 3, they have to be related to each other because they are all separately related to thesis statements. So in other words, thesis statements embraces topic sentences, or thesis statements includes all these topic sentences in an essay. After topic sentence, there is supporting details. This is what we're going to talk about today. What is supporting details? Supporting details support something. What does it support? Supporting details support topic sentence. Why do we need supporting details? Because we want to make the topic sentence stronger by providing evidence, facts, statistics, research, examples, and reasons. That's what we're going to talk about. Okay, look at this hamburger structure. This is body paragraph. So if we go back, this is 1 body paragraph, and we want to look at the structure of this small body paragraph, and it looks like this. So there is a bun on the top, and it's a topic sentence. That means you start with the strong topic sentence, and at the bottom there's a conclusion sentence or concluding sentence. This is the part that we're going to talk about later, and today we're going to focus on supporting sentences. How many supporting sentences are there? There are 1, 2, 3 supporting sentences. And so today we know that supporting sentences is at where? In the middle of body paragraphs. So supporting sentences comes after topic sentence, and it comes before concluding sentence, and it's in the middle of body paragraph because this is here to support the topic sentence. It's the main important parts, okay, where the lettuce, patty, tomatoes, and cheese are. So I guess without, those patty, lettuce, tomato, the hamburger is not that delicious, right? So we can say that it is really important parts of each body paragraph. Okay, so supporting sentences is to help you write, okay, good body paragraph. So supporting sentences are the ones that develop topic sentences. So supporting sentences helps, topic sentences to become stronger. They give information, supporting sentences give information that explain and also describe or expand the topic sentence. And they also answer the questions like who, what, where, when, why, how, like WH in details. Remember, topic sentence should not be too specific. Why? Because we have supporting sentences. Supporting sentences answers who, what, where, when, why, how, the details of topic sentences by giving further information, okay? And they have different goals. So some supporting sentences, have different goals from others. So here we're going to talk about different functions, different roles of supporting sentences. So first one is explain. Supporting sentences explain. Next one, supporting sentences describe. Supporting sentences give facts. Supporting sentences exemplify. Supporting sentences define. Okay, now let's look at into more details. Okay, let's look at the example. The family moved from the village to the capital for economic reasons. Okay, so what's the reason that the family moved to the village, from village to the capital? It's because of the economic reasons. So in this supporting sentences, they explain the reasons, right? Reasons. Next one is to describe. She lived in a lovely three-story castle surrounded by a forest. So supporting sentences describe and gives further description, okay, in more details, right? Next one, it's giving fact, okay. So this is not opinion, this is the fact, but in more details. More than 10% of the university students' population is international. So it gives statistics, research, the facts that can support maybe topic sentence. So more than 10% of the university students' population is international. So maybe topic sentence can be, in university, there are many different students. And that could be your supporting sentence to support that topic sentence. Next one, okay, let's look at next example together. Different types of fruit grow in California, such as oranges and grapefruit. Okay, so different types, they exemplified. Next one is many tourists visit Bangkok, which is the capital and largest city in Thailand. Okay, so they define Bangkok, okay, by explaining, and they define that this is the capital and largest city in Thailand. Okay, so these are all supporting sentences. They can't cannot be topic sentence, but they are here to support the topic sentences. Okay, here is a simple example. This is not formal writing, informal writing. Okay, so there is I statement. Okay, keep in mind that. And we're going to read this paragraph, okay, to figure out what's supporting sentences. Okay, tell me if you can find supporting sentences and underline it together. Okay. So you don't have to use them in all paragraph. Okay, there are different types of supporting sentences. You don't have to use them all, but these are just examples. Okay, so you can choose maybe some of the functions of topic sentences, some of the supporting sentences, and use it when you write. Okay, so it depends on the purpose of your paragraph. If you want to focus on the facts, okay, you can give facts, okay, as supporting sentences. If you want to maybe give the reasons for your topic sentences, you can do it so you can freely choose your supporting sentences by your choice and your purpose. Okay, so the main aspect to keep in mind is that all supporting sentences must be connected and related to the topic sentence. So supporting sentences should be on the same track of topic sentences. If it's not related to topic sentence, that makes the readers confused and frustrated. So all the supporting sentences in a body paragraph should be related, okay, either connected, okay, or related to the topic sentence. Okay, so here, now, ready? We're gonna read an example together. While you're reading it, please underline the topic sentence, okay, and also supporting sentences. Okay, let's read it together slowly. Ready? Go. I have a dream to visit Alaska. The weather is beautiful there. I love cold weather. When the temperature is low, I have energy. I also want to visit Alaska because I love nature. Alaska looks so pure and natural. I dream about its scenic landscape. In addition, there are wild animals. Finally, I want to learn important information about the native people of Alaska. Their culture sounds very interesting to me. I hope to visit this wonderful state soon. Okay, can you figure out what's topic sentence and what's supporting sentences? Please pause the video. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes, and you can read once again by yourself. Okay, and then check the supporting sentences. Okay, let's check the answer together. I have a dream to visit Alaska. Okay, so the author really likes to visit Alaska. That could be the topic sentence. TS. The weather is beautiful there. I love the cold weather. What is it talking about? This is talking about the reason why she loves to visit Alaska. It's all connected and related to the topic sentence. I love cold weather. It's also the reason. When the temperature is low, I have energy. I also want to visit Alaska because I love nature. These are all the reasons that, she wants to visit Alaska. Alaska looks so pure and natural. I dream about the scenic landscape. In addition, it keeps going on. There is a transitional word. There are wild animals. Finally, there is another transitional word. I want to learn important information about the native people of Alaska. The culture sounds very interesting to me. Okay, so from here to there, there are all the reasons why she wants to visit Alaska. So they are all supporting sentences. SS. Last sentence, I hope to visit this wonderful state soon. That will be a concluding sentence that we haven't talked about. Okay, because it wraps the topic, the body paragraph. Okay, so here all the sentences. From here, the weather is beautiful and interesting to me. They are all supporting sentences. Okay, check your answer. Did you get it all right? Okay, so all the sentences in italics support the first sentence, which is topic sentences. So they develop the main idea. Okay, develop the main idea. In other words, the author explained why she wants to visit Alaska. Okay, why? So it's a reason, explaining the reason. Notice that all the supporting sentences are connected to the main idea. That's true, right? It was all connected to the reasons why she wants to visit Alaska. And all of them are relevant. Okay, relevant means they are related to each other to justify why the author has this dream. Okay, so these are the supporting sentences. Without supporting sentences, okay, if imagine there is no sentences, okay, from here to here. I have a dream to visit Alaska. Okay, so what? Okay, does she really want to visit Alaska? I don't know. She said it, so maybe yes. But the sentences after that really support. Oh my gosh, she really does want to go to Alaska. Okay, there are so many good reasons why she wants to visit there. We can, we can be persuaded by the author, right? The author wants to persuade the readers, okay, by giving a lot of reasons. Why do we need supporting sentences? So supporting sentences gives a lot of informations, okay? Why? To support the main idea. So supporting sentences, give details. So now, like we just went over the example, we can understand why she wants to visit there. So it makes the reader understand better the topic sentences because it provides evidence, right? And maybe reasons too. So like I said in the beginning of this lesson, it's in the middle of a paragraph after topic sentence and before concluding sentences. Okay, so now it's your turn to write supporting sentences. So I'll give you a very easy formula for you to, write supporting sentences. So first one, there is a topic sentence. Okay, so imagine this is a body paragraph. Body paragraph, and it starts with what? First, it does start with topic sentence, which is the main idea of this paragraph. Next one is supporting sentences or supporting details. And we're going to mainly focus on 3 different parts of supporting sentences. First one is fact. So something is true. This is information. Next one is reason, the causes of something. Last one is example, something that shows what something is like. Okay, so your supporting sentences, there are 3 types. Okay, that means you have at least 3 supporting sentences and 1 topic sentences. Okay, let's look at the example together. This is actually very interesting. So I have my topic sentence for body paragraph 1. Bowing is a form of greeting in many countries. So in many countries like Korea, we bow, we say hello, sometimes we wave hand, but Korea or maybe a lot of countries like, Confucian countries like Korea, they bow to each other, maybe to older people, elder, right, to teacher, to professor, we bow because it's one of the form of greeting, right? That's my topic sentence. Is it true? What's the reason? Can you give an example? I don't know. Let's figure out through the supporting sentences. First one was what? We start with fact. Let's go over the fact of this topic sentence. Okay, fact. Supporting sentence 1. Bowing is the traditional greeting in East Asia. Is this true? Yes, it's true. East Asian countries. What are the East Asian countries? For example, China, Japan, Korea. There are East Asian countries, and it's a traditional way of greeting, right? So it supports this topic sentence, and it's connected, and it's related, relevant. So this is good topic sentence. Next one, it's reason, the causes of something. Why do people greet? People bow low when greeting older people because it's a sign of respect. This is the reason why bowing is happening in a lot of countries as a greeting form. Are they relevant? Yes. Is it connected? Yes. Last one, but not least one, is example. Like a demonstration. Is this really happening? In a very formal bow, formal means very strict, so opposite word of formal is informal or casual. In a very formal bow, the forehead, of your face sometimes touches the floor. It's kind of funny example. So this is an example. So your sentence, your body paragraph will be, bowing is a form of greeting in many countries. Bowing is a traditional greeting in East Asia. People bow low when greeting older people because it's a sign of respect. In a very formal bow, the forehead sometimes touches the floor. So it's relevant also to the topic sentence. So this is a good example. Okay, now it's your turn to write your supporting sentences. When you wanna write supporting sentences, maybe you can combine the fact, reason, and examples to make your topic sentence stronger. Okay. Another example, let's go over it together. Okay, so this example we kind of separated, okay, by each part. An actual body paragraph will look like this. Let's look at another example. There are several serious health hazards directly linked to smoking. That's my topic sentence. The link between smoking and cancer is well known. Oh, this is fact, right? Can you figure out? Yeah, so this is fact. As well, smoking is linked to other lung diseases like emphysema and bronchitis. Smokers also have a greater risk of heart disease later in life. This is evidenced in recent court cases in the USA, where smokers have been awarded damages from tobacco companies. Further, there is substantial research that even passive smoking can have long-term effects on health. So they mainly focus on facts because, this is talking about kind of like scientific, phenomenon. Like, there is serious health hazards of smoking, okay, like cancer, right? A lot of diseases like heart diseases, okay, emphysema, and bronchitis. So they give all the kind of facts, okay? They are mostly focused on facts. And after that, okay, clearly smoking is a dangerous habit and should be avoided. They repeat the topic sentences again in other words, and it's concluding sentences. So all the sentences in the green are all supporting sentences, okay? They mainly focus on facts. So of course, there are fact, reason, and example. And some, paragraphs look like this. They only focus on one function. But, when you make your essay stronger and it looks like, more well-balanced, it's better to combine facts, reason, and example for your essay too. Okay, so now we're going to talk about transitional word. What are transitional words? Okay, so before we talk about transitional word, I'm going to give you some list of transitional word. Okay, this is the example that we're going to go over together. And there are many transitional words, right? And the transitional word has different functions like emphasis, addition, contrast, and order. Let's look at transitional words together.
Linking words in English. Emphasis. undoubtedly, indeed, obviously, particularly, in particular, especially, clearly, importantly, absolutely, definitely, without a doubt, never. It should be noted. Addition. Additionally and additional. Furthermore. Also. To. As well as that. Along with. Besides. In addition. Moreover. Not only, but also. In addition to this, apart from this. Contrast. Unlike. Nevertheless. On the other hand. Nonetheless. Despite or in spite of. In contrast to. While. Whereas. Alternatively. Conversely. Even so. Differing from. Order. First or firstly. Second or secondly. Third or thirdly. Finally. At this time. Following. Previously. Before. Subsequently. Above all. Last but not least. First and foremost. Linking words in English. Result. As a result. As a consequence of. Therefore. Thus. Consequently. Hence. For this reason. Due to. Illustration. For example, for instance. Such as. Including. Namely. In this case. Proof of this. Like. To demonstrate, to clarify. Comparison. Similarly, equally, likewise, just as, just like, similar to, same as, by the same token, in the same way. Summary. In conclusion, to summarize, altogether, in short, to sum up, in summary, briefly, to conclude. Linking words in English. Reason. Because of. With this in mind. In fact. In order to. Due to. Condition. If. In this case. In case. Unless. Concession. Admittedly. All the same. Up to a point. Even so. In spite of. Although, even though. Even if. However. Generalization. As a rule. For the most part. In general, generally. On the whole. Overall. In most cases.
There are many different transitional words like we went over together. Now let's look at example, okay? And we'll see transitional word. The internet has become really important for three main reasons. First, it enables people to access more information than ever before. That is, people can read books, newspaper, or magazines online and for free. Second, thanks to the internet, people can communicate with others in every part of the world via social networking websites like Facebook, WhatsApp, WeChat, Twitter, Skype, Viber, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Reddit, and etc. Third, the internet is a perfect tool to study and get certificates from well-known top universities. In other words, now more than ever anyone can do free online courses in a variety of subjects. In short, the internet is beyond doubt an essential and valuable tool nowadays. So there are many transitional words. Let's find it together. First one, it's first. Okay, that is. Second, third. In other words, in short. So first, second, third. When you list something, maybe you are listing the different reasons, okay? Reason 1, 2, 3. You're using first, second, and third. Sometimes you want to make a concluding sentence and you say in short. In other words, you use this transitional word when you want to repeat something in different words. So depending on the functions of transitional word, you can choose it and you can make connections between sentences, especially for supporting sentences, and it makes your body paragraph flow smooth. Okay, so like we went over from the video and we saw different functions of transitional word, there are different types of transitional word. So emphasis means when you want to emphasize it. So this is important information, ta-da! And you use these transitional word because this is very important. This is a signal saying that, okay, here is important information. Obviously, especially, importantly, without doubt, it should be noted, okay? Undoubtedly, unquestionably, particularly, in particular, clearly, Absolutely, definitely, indeed. So you start with the sentence, okay, and then you phrase it. That means this is very important. Addition, you're adding more information. Along with, apart from this, moreover, furthermore, also, to, as well as that, besides, there is as, okay? In addition, not only, but also, in addition to this, additionally, an additional. Okay, there's contrast, you are comparing something together, okay, when it's different ideas. So A versus B, they are different ideas. And you are comparing and contrasting them together. On the other hand, in contrast, contrary to, whereas, okay, unlike. You're using different transitional word to make a comparing and contrast. Order, okay? So for example, first, second, third, this is what we went over, but this is kind of simple. So you can use different transitional word such as subsequently, above all, at this time. Okay, there are some more transitional words, okay, and they are depending on, you can make a choice of transitional word depending on your choice and your function. So you can read it carefully, okay, when you're adding idea, when you're using examples. So you can use this transitional word for supporting sentences. For example, for instance, an example of food is like, such. Namely, to give an example, a great example is, a similar example is, another example is, a common example is. So this is kind of important. When you're using example for your supporting sentences, you can start with this. Okay. Also, when you're using fact for your supporting sentences, you can use in fact, as a matter of fact, indeed, that is. Okay, next one is causes. When you're using supporting sentence, you can say because, for, since, as, because of, due to, owing to, thanks to, result from, to be the result of, one effect of, one consequence of, as a result of, as a consequence of. Okay, so you can also read and use other transitional word like to introduce a result, this is after you explain the cause. So as a result, as a consequence, accordingly, consequently, therefore, thus, hence, so, result in, cause, have an effect on, affect, thereby. So causes, result, and example. Okay, these are important and useful transitional word, especially when you're making supporting sentences. Okay, so let's do a quick review. Topic sentence, TS. We start a paragraph with topic sentence, and it's topic plus controlling idea. Supporting sentences is examples, reasons, okay, facts like details, okay, and when you're using this, you can use adjective words and you can describe it. And concluding sentence, it's the last sentence, okay, of the body paragraph, and you end the body paragraph with this sentence. You wrap up. So it's usually summary, and you're repeating the topic sentence again in different words. So there is no new idea. So in one single paragraph, you have to include all this. Topic sentence is usually one or maybe two. Supporting sentences are multiple, like 3 to more. It can be a lot of sentences, okay? And concluding sentences usually one or two. So in a simple body paragraph, there must be at least minimum 5 sentences or to whatever, many sentences. Okay, so here is a homework for you. You have to write your supporting sentences. So you can choose one topic sentence and you're going to write in supporting sentences like including fact, reason, and example. And you're going to share your answer with your friends, okay, or your colleagues, and okay, give comment and feedback to each other. Okay, I recommend you give feedback and comments to at least 3 students. Okay, so these are homework. Example of supporting sentence. I'm going to give you topic sentence. You don't have to make your topic sentence. And you're making supporting sentences that are relevant to this topic sentence. Okay, first one, okay, you have 2 choices. First one is this. Many people are impolite when using their cell phones. What's impolite? Does it mean good manner or does it mean bad manner? Impolite means bad manner. So the opposite word of impolite will be polite. Okay, so many people have bad manner or are impolite when they're using their cell phone. What are the details that can support these topic sentences? So remember, you have to go over fact, reason, and examples. Okay, let's go over fact. People speak loudly in public places. Okay, reasons. For example, okay, you can use transitional word. For example, there are many people who talk very loudly in library or maybe on subway. Okay, you can use that for example. But before you go over example, you're going to talk about reasons. What are the reasons that people speak loudly in public spaces? Or what are the reasons why people are so impolite when using their cell phones? Okay, you have to be creative, think. Also, it's better to write on transitional words so you can make better flow in this body paragraph. Okay, so that's your topic sentence 1. Many people are impolite when using their cell phones. Next one, you can choose either one. You don't have to write 2. Okay. Next topic sentence given to you, assigned to you, is that it is important to study the customs of another country before visiting. I think this topic sentence is very interesting because, it's arguable, it's disputable. Remember when I say and explain about topic sentence, it should be, something that people can agree or maybe disagree. Okay. So I personally think it is very important to study the customs. What's customs? Custom means culture or manner, their perspective. So, for example, their eating style, their maybe greeting style, their maybe something that you shouldn't do, something that you should avoid. Okay, you have to be careful. That's customs of the country. Okay, so when you are visiting a foreign country, do you think it's very important to study their culture? Yes or no? Okay, and you have to give fact, reason, and examples. Okay, based on this topic sentence, and they should be related to the topic sentence. Okay, so write your supporting sentences. Choose one topic sentence and write fact, reason, and example. And you can share your answers, okay? And you can give also comments and feedbacks to other students. So choose one from these 2 topic sentences. Many people are impolite when using their cell phones, and it is important to study the customs of another country before visiting. Okay, so please do it so. Okay, so now do you have a better idea on what supporting sentence is? I hope you got a better understanding and you can practice writing, okay? So you are familiar with how to write a topic sentence, supporting sentences in a body paragraph.
Okay, so making a good flow is very important because that makes your writing maybe sound more smooth. And you're connecting sentence to another sentence. So between each sentence, there must be a transitional word like we talk about. So what are the transitional words and when can you use it? There are different types of transitional words like I said. So sometimes when you want to add more information, you want to give more examples or reasons, or you want to compare and contrast, you have to choose different transitional words. And you have to know how to apply, these transitional words into your sentences. You can use these skills not only for this class, but when you're also preparing your exams like TOEFL writing, IELTS, and etc. Okay, so now we'll watch a small video clip on how to use and apply transitional word to your writing. Okay, let's watch it together.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. Welcome to Oxford Online English. In this lesson, you can learn how to use linking words and phrases for the IELTS writing exam.
Linking words are important for your IELTS writing, especially for the essay. Using linking words well can make a big difference to your coherence and cohesion score, which is 25% of your writing score. Even if you're not preparing for an IELTS exam and you just want to improve your English writing generally, this lesson could help you.
Before we start, don't forget to check out our website, oxfordonlineenglish.com. You can find many other free IELTS preparation lessons, or you can even take online lessons with one of our professional teachers to prepare you for your IELTS exam. Let's start with a question. You're thinking about linking words. Many students ask about linking words. They ask things like, what linking words should I use in my IELTS essay? But what are linking words? And why are they important?
What are linking words? How would you answer this question? First, linking words includes both words and phrases. There are single words like however, and phrases like as a result. Secondly, linking words can be conjunctions like and or because, which you use in the middle of a sentence. Linking words can also be adverbs like consequently or on the other hand, which you generally use at the start of a new sentence. Next, what do linking words do? Why do you need to use them?
This is an important question, but it has a simple answer. Linking words make your writing clearer for your reader. Don't use linking words because you want to sound academic, or because you want to impress the examiner, or because you think using linking words is going to get you a better score on your IELTS. It is necessary to use linking words to get higher scores, but you need to use them in the right way. You use linking words to make the structure of your ideas clearer. What does this mean? Let's look at an example together. Read this sentence.
Next, imagine that the next sentence starts with also, on the other hand, or consequently. What do these tell you? What do you know if you see that the first word of the next sentence is also? What's the difference between using also or on the other hand? These linking words show you the direction of the next sentence. If the next sentence starts with also, you know that it will add another similar point.
If it starts with, on the other hand, you know that the writer will make a contrasting point.
If it starts with consequently, you know that the writer will describe a result of this situation.
This is why you use linking words. And this is why they can be powerful. In this example, you know the general idea of the next sentence before you read it. This makes your writing easier to follow. Next, let's look at the details of using linking words well in your IELTS writing tasks.
Learning about linking words for your IELTS writing exam can be overwhelming. There are so many words and phrases. In addition, although, except for, due to. There are tens of things you could study. However, we've got good news for you. You don't need to learn big lists of words. So what should you do?
The best way is to think about the linking words in terms of function. What do we mean by function? Many different linking words do the same job. For example, however, on the other hand, nevertheless, and although all show a contrast between two related but different things. This doesn't mean they're exactly the same, but they are similar. So what else can linking words do?
Linking words can connect similar ideas together. Let's call this addition. A very simple example is and. You can also use furthermore, in addition, also, or moreover.
Linking words can show the reason or purpose of something, like because, due to, in order to, or so that.
You can use linking words to connect a cause and effect, like therefore, so, consequently, or as a result. There are others, but this is a good starting point. Remember these 4 functions: contrast, addition, reason or purpose, and cause-effect. Let's practice. Look at 4 sentences. Each has a linking word or phrase highlighted in red. Can you say what function the linking word or phrase has in each sentence? Pause the video if you want more time to think.
Ready? Let's look at the answers. In the first sentence, due to expresses a reason. In the second sentence, moreover, expresses addition. You're making one point, then using moreover to add a second point onto the same topic. In the third sentence, although shows a contrast. In the fourth sentence, as a result, connects a cause and its effect. So what should you do here?
Here's the most important point. You don't need to know every linking word and phrase to get a high score in your IELTS writing exam. You need maybe 2 or 3 linking words for each function. That means you need 2 to 3 linking words to express addition, 2 to 3 linking words to express contrast, and so on.
There's one thing you should know. Linking words can have other functions, which we haven't covered here. That's because we don't want this lesson to be hours long. Examples include showing similarity, showing a sequence of events in time, or expressing conditions. However, the basic idea is the same. Don't try to learn big lists of linking words. Instead, focus on functions. For each function, learn 2 to 3 linking words and phrases. This is simpler and easier for you.
You should do this now. write down a list of functions and write down 2 to 3 linking words for each. You can use the functions and linking words from this section, or you can add your own. Pause the video and do it now. Ready? Let's see what else you need to know to use linking words well in your IELTS writing exam.
To use a linking word or phrase well in your writing, you need to know 2 things. 1. You need to know the function which you learned about in the last section. 2. You need to know the grammar of the linking word or phrase. Let's look at this now.
Linking words and phrases can be divided into 3 categories. First, some linking words are conjunctions. Most are subordinating conjunctions, meaning that they need to be used in a sentence with at least 2 clauses. For example, because and although are both subordinating conjunctions. After these words, you add a clause. Then you need another independent clause to complete the sentence. For example, I need to ask for some time off work because I am planning to attend a training course. Although social media can help people to connect with each other, it also has several significant disadvantages.
Secondly, some linking words are prepositions. This means you need to use a noun after the linking word. Due to, despite, and because of are all prepositions. For example, despite the well-known benefits of regular exercise, many people still lead a mostly sedentary lifestyle. Or, young professionals are increasingly moving to smaller cities because of the high cost of living in large urban centers.
Finally, many linking words are adverbs like on the other hand or therefore. These are generally used at the beginning of a sentence. When you use adverbs like this, you need to put a comma afterwards. For example, freedom of the press is more important than individuals' rights to privacy. Therefore, newspapers should be able to publish stories about the private lives of celebrities if they choose to. Or, of course, elderly people should be paid a pension which reflects the money they paid into the social security system during their working lives. On the other hand, the pension system needs to be sustainable over the long term.
This is most of what you need to know about linking word grammar. Is your linking word phrase a conjunction, a preposition, or an adverb? We have a task for you. At the end of part 2, you wrote down linking words that you wanted to learn. Now, use an online dictionary like Cambridge or Longman and find out if the words you wrote down are conjunctions, prepositions, or adverbs. Go on, pause the video and do it now.
Done? There are still a couple of things you need to think about. One problem is that similar looking words can be different parts of speech. For example, because is a conjunction, but because of is a preposition. In spite of is a preposition, but in spite of the fact that is a conjunction. So don't assume that linking words are used in the same way just because they look similar. Another problem is that some linking words can be more than one part of speech. For example, so can be an adverb or a conjunction. What should you do with this information? Let's look in more detail.
At this point, you hopefully have short lists of linking words, divided by function. You should also know which part of speech each linking word is. Let's think. Why are you doing things in this way? How will this help you in your IELTS writing exam? Here's what you need to remember. It's much more effective to know a smaller number of linking words or phrases and know how to use them really well.
Many IELTS students take the opposite path. They learn lots and lots of linking words, but they don't know how to use them correctly. This won't help your IELTS writing score. It's much more important to focus on accuracy. So what should you do next? Your next task is to find out exactly how your linking words are used. Linking words with the same function aren't always the same. Many linking words have a very specific meaning. For example, furthermore and besides are both used to add information to a topic, but they aren't the same. Do you know why not?
Furthermore is used to add a point which is more important than your first idea. For example, using plastic products generates litter, which harms the environment. Furthermore, plastic can take hundreds of years to degrade. In this case, you're saying that the second point after furthermore is more important than the first point.
Besides is used to add a point which is often less important than your main idea. For example, smoking has been proven to cause many serious illnesses. Besides, it's an expensive habit. In this case, you're saying that the second point, after besides, is not more important than the first point. You're adding an extra point which is not essential to your argument. We're not doing this because you need to learn about furthermore and besides. The point is that every linking word is used in a slightly different way. To improve your IELTS writing score, you need to understand exactly how to use linking words.
How can you do this? Here are a few suggestions. First, use online dictionaries to find example sentences. The Cambridge Dictionary has many examples for each word. Next, try to understand what makes this linking word different from other similar linking words. Is it more formal or more conversational? Is it only used in very specific situations? Finally, check your ideas. If you can ask a teacher, then do that. If not, use online resources such as Quora or the word reference forums. By the way, you can find links to all the resources mentioned in this lesson below the video. This is a big topic, and there's a lot of information in this video. However, you haven't even seen the most important thing about linking words yet.
Here's the most important idea about linking words. You can't connect ideas with linking words. What? That doesn't make sense, you say. What do linking words do if they don't connect ideas? Linking words don't connect ideas. They highlight a connection which is already there. They make the connection which already exists clearer to your reader.
This is important because it's one of the biggest problems IELTS students have with linking words. IELTS candidates know they need to use linking words, so they do. But very often, their linking words don't fit the logic of their ideas. This is a common feature of Band 6 writing. Here's an example, which is from a real practice essay written by one of our students.
We see this problem all the time. There's a linking phrase, for instance, which should be used to introduce an example of the preceding point. But in this case, the points before and after the linking word are not obviously connected at all. The point after, for instance, is certainly not an example of a trade war between manufacturing companies or countries.
Remember, this is very common, and it's also a common reason why students can't get scores above 6 or 6.5. If you do this in your writing, your coherence and cohesion score will be limited to 6 maximum. We'll say it again. You can't create a connection by using linking words or phrases. The connection is already there in the logic of your ideas. You use the linking word to highlight the connection which already exists.
So, to use linking words well, you need to have a clear understanding of your essay structure and how your ideas are organized. This mostly depends on planning before you start writing your answer. If your ideas aren't well organized in your mind, then using linking words won't help you.
Like you heard, this is a big topic, so let's review what you should do. 1. Divide linking words according to the idea they express. Start by learning 2 to 3 linking words or phrases for each function.
2. Understand the grammar of each linking word. Find out what part of speech it is and how to use it in a sentence.
3. Go into more detail. Many words have a similar meaning, but very few words have exactly the same meaning. Most words have unique features which you need to know about if you want to use the word well.
4. Practice planning and make sure your ideas are well organized before you start writing. Effective linking depends on logic and structure, not on the words and phrases you use. Good luck if you have an IELTS exam coming up soon. And thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Okay, so we learned what supporting sentences are. Choose one topic sentence and practice writing supporting details that support your topic sentence. Your supporting sentences must be minimum 3, and it usually includes a combination of fact, reasons, and examples. Maybe if you want to write a longer essay, you can write multiple supporting sentences, like 10 supporting sentences. That's okay, that's allowed. But if you're writing too little supporting sentences, that makes your body paragraph weak, and also that makes your whole essay weak. So it is very important for you to provide enough supporting sentences. The minimum is 3, but that's actually not very much, so maybe you can write more if you want to. So please remind that, in a body paragraph, a single body paragraph, there must be minimum 5 sentences. Okay, first one, you start a body paragraph with topic sentence and supporting details, minimum 3, right? So that's 4, and then concluding sentence at the end of a body paragraph.
Have any questions, please email me at sarah.vancouver.canada@gmail.com.
Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you got better understanding of supporting sentences. And we will see you next time. Bye!